Twitch, and YouTube. We're back with another episode of the Farmer Wants to Play. And after last time, when we did a fantastic job of making sure that our cacti are harvested in the best possible way, I wanted to do the same stuff, but for our pumpkins. So let's jump into the game and let me show you first what we have achieved last time. So we can close this, and at the moment we have this fabulous script which currently does nothing. However, if we open our fabulous plan of the farm, let's check. How do we do it here? So we have this, so let's start. So we have now the sorting of cacti completed. So now the cacti are always sorted before they are harvested. And next thing I want to achieve is to have the similar optimal way to harvest the pumpkins. And the reason for that is the fact that pumpkins are very important. And if we open up our oak tree, you can see that here we have 64K of pumpkins. So that's kinda a lot to possess, right? So the idea I have with the pumpkins is the following. Let me focus on the correct script. Let's put our farm a bit further and take this file. Let me open it up. So let's try. First of all, we can, instead of 12, for now we can do get, of course, wrong language. So let's see, get, what do we need? We need get world size. There we go. And that will be currently the entire field of pumpkins that we want to do. So let's have a look how it's gonna look like. As you can see, we are planting some of them, and when they, let's say, break, they are blocking this whole merging part. So what we would like to do is to collect only the parts which are broken, and then we can fly all over the place where we can recheck the, let's say, field, see if the pumpkin is still there, if it's collapsed or not. and replace them with those. So our goal in the end is to get this whole field entirely with one giant pumpkin. And also that will save us some carrots, because then we don't grow the unnecessary parts. So let's get down to business. Let's start with the phone. First things first, we need to simply plant all the pumpkins. This can be done like this. This should be okay. There we go. Now, if we do it the first time, we don't care about this part. So the first time we just go all over the place and just try to harvest, not harvest, plant as much as we can. So here we'll leave a comment which says plant all initially. So when we go through the entirety of the field, we will plant a pumpkin on each field and then see which ones they are broken. And in the info, I guess we had the command which says if the thing, yeah, we can just say can harvest, which is awesome. So let's try it out. So let's do the following. The second thing will be again the slope. And again we need a flag. So the flag will be has oh, it's really has dead pumpkins. Right? Pumpkins. And this will be equals to, wait, wrong again. Let me check it. Here we go. Right. This will be equals to false. Yes. Big false, of course. Perfect. Next is the checking route. So let's say we will for sure have a dead pumpkin somewhere. So let's do nothing like this. Let's have it as true. First we have it as true, and then we do while. Let's say while has dead pumpkins, has dead pumpkins. So let's see, has dead pumpkins. Perfect. So pumpkins, nice. First things that we do is we set this to false to avoid any endless loop. If that turns into false, and we start the loop again. So we copy this, and this goes here, perfect. And we do the following. First things first, if not quite. This is of course utilities that go to X and Y. As usual, we don't do it with the any let's say east west type of stuff. We don't need it. We have this awesome way to do it. So we have the utilities part. Now we can do the following. If not can harvest here, then we do first things first. We do has that pumpkins equals to true, and we'll repeat the cycle one more time. Harvest, harvest. There we go. Like this. And plant was a new one. Plant brackets. Entities dot pumpkin. Perfect. To be fair, I even would not do it like this. I would do it like if get entity type is equal to entities dot that. This is way cleaner and way better solution in my opinion. And after all of this, we just do harvest. This should do the trick. So let's try. Okay. Yeah, that's made total sense. Let's correct the indents real quick. There we go. Let's test it out. I will make the drone field a bit bigger, smaller but bigger on screen. So let's see, can we finally get ourselves a correct and big field of pumpkins? So that's actually a bit surprising to me. So this has worked. I wonder whether this will be enough. Okay, let's see. No, apparently it will not. Or, finally we have it. So this actually works. This actually allows us to get a field with one huge pumpkin and get it to, let's say, needed amount. So if we just run it a couple of times, we can actually get the necessary thing real quick. However, we have a problem. And problem is that, as you can see, our carrots are depleting like crazy. So yeah. We cannot do it anymore, therefore we need two solutions. We need to have in the plan, we need to have the pumpkins together with the carrots. So let's get to that. First things first, let's harvest all. And what we can do already is we can have define. We can define a function here as usual. Def get pumpkins. Pumpkins. And we need as usual two major entries. And here we know that we need the square format to maximize our income. So we start with size. Start X and start Y. Start Y. Right. So let's do this. Let's start it like here. This will be this will be just size actually. And let's start. First things first, we get this part, make it a copy, and do it instead of this, where X and Y are originally start X and start Y. Here we go. Not zero. Thank you. Start underscore Y. And that allows us to use these two things also here. So we start at start X. Yes. Exactly. and start X will do it until start X. So for that, plus size. And the same thing goes here, but only with start Y and comma start Y plus Z. So this allows us to see he start with this and make a square with such size. So here we actually can save a bit of time by removing this one because we are already in the needed space, and we can just copy paste these two lines like this. And actually, we don't even need to use this one because it will already start at the necessary thing. So let's paste it here. Let's make it 1, 2. Epic. Here we go. And here it should be let's say utilities dot go to start X and start Y just to be sure that shouldn't be a problem. Start X, comma, start Y. Perfect. And now we are fine with this script as far as I can see. So we are doing it until we have the perfect thing, and so on and so on. So let's now check the carrot script. The only thing I need is to do it all again with the spacing. So let's do this, let's do this, this. So this is a bit annoying. Like this would be enough. Like this and like this. Perfect. So we have give me pumpkin. Now we want to have give me carrots. Here we go. So we again want to, what do we want? We want to check, for example, give me wood, but that's a bit incorrect example. Let's check give me key. There we go. So use fertilizer. Interesting. And interesting. So let's see. Carrots needed bushes. Right. So let's see how does it work at the moment. So at the moment we plant bushes. When bushes are ready, we plant the carrots. So our goal is to actually do it all together. Now, how would we do it? That's a great question. First things first, let's check how much do we get per carrot. We get 4, which is not so much. So how should we do it? Since our goal is, of course, to maximize the pumpkin amount. So let me think it like this. First things first, we say that we will have pumpkins around, let's say, 7 times 7, right? 7 times 7, it will be here. Or better, 6 times 6, or wait. We have now 12 or 16 of the amount here. Now we have 12 times 12, so that should be enough to have it, let's say 6 times 6, and 4 times 6 times 6, 6 times 6, and 6 times 12. So let's try it out, right? Let's try it out, and that will look just like this. Alright, so the idea is we stop this, we just check the wood right here. We copy, well, not quite this yet. Although we should start actually doing the trees, to be totally honest. But never mind. Let's do this first. So let's copy this whole thing. Let's copy it here. Let's stop this for a second. Let's harvest it all. Thank you. So, and now let's see. So, first things first, we will do the following. We just run this and say get carrots. Carrots. Here we go. Let me change it real quick. Perfect. And we don't need the endless loop here. What we do need is to do here the following. We need here to do get. Like, how do I do it correctly? Just a second. I guess here. Yeah, this is perfect. Let's copy. Copy it here. Nice. And of course, here we do get not sunflower, but carrots. Carrot, here we go. And here also carrot. Perfect. And here we want to have something like uh, not for this, the go-to function should always be like here, but here we just can do simple harvest. Perfect. Yeah, my cat just sneezed. Alright, happens. So let's see. No. What we want to do is we want to adjust our plan of the farm real quick. And here, do I have it here already? No, not quite. So, alright, so here we will just start it now. We will run out of wood real quick. But for the sake of experiment, let's actually do it. So we have our plan of the farm, a mega script, and we can just do new task, which is copy, not here. Let's do like this. Here we take it as a carrot. Carrots. Drone carrot task. So our goal now is simply to have a similar structure as here. So we need the let me think. How did we do it? We have carrots here. I just need to see which. So we have the start as an array and the drone like here. Like here. So this will be even more precise. However, I'm starting to hate how I did the thing. I don't have it so let's say I'm just saying the best way. It's not as unified as it should be. So let's do it this way. We have the carrots and we have the pumpkins. First things first, start should be only one variable, and what we have, instead of like always doing start 0 start 1, we can do start x is start 0. I honestly would say it would be way easier in the IDE, but that's unfortunately a thing we cannot afford. at the moment. So let's go with this. Let's do it as a Y. And let's do it as 1 here. Perfect. Now let's go back here. We have size and start here also. All's fine. So we want our carrot area to be from, let's say, edge was 6 and 6. 6 and 6. Start will be 0 and 6 again, I guess. And here we just let's do it for the testing purposes. Let's delete all this. Let's choose here an carrot entry. Carrot. And of course here we want to write first thing first, give me carrot. Carrots. Thank you. And here we do the following. Give me, let's do like this. Carrots. Carrots. Nice. Dot. Get carrots. And here we have area 0. And you may argue, hey, why don't you then just have it all as the variables like width, height, etc. I really think it's a more compact way. And here I will just do start. But first I need to do it correctly. Like this, and do the start. Nice. So let's test it out first. So let's try it. Wow, why so many? That's super weird, don't say. But I get it, so if we can respond it every time, which is normal. Next, we can stop this, and as the next entry, we can do the same thing for the pumpkins. So let's copy this. Let's paste it here. Spawn drone and do. Actually, we would need some. Where is it? Here it is. Let's keep some order right here. So we need now, of course, the same idea for the pumpkins. So let me just copy and paste it. Let's name it pumpkin task. By the way, not so long ago, yesterday, I had a very interesting discussion on Reddit regarding what would you consider the final of, let's say, the main goal or the end of this game. And there were very, very interesting answers. Pumpkin task. So here we use again a good pumpkin. So let's try import. Give me pumpkin. Here we do the same but with again pumpkins. Give me pumpkin. Because there's too much word pumpkin in this episode. But what can you do? Get also pumpkins. And I'm not sure if you can do this like with S at the end. So let me know in the comments whether you say pumpkins. And here we can just give the size instead. So now it works. Nice. So size equals, let's say, also 6. And instead of this, we just give the size, right? So we give the size. We make a comma here. And we just go to 6.6. Let's try it out. That's right, of course. Because here we need the pumpkin task and not the carrot task. Okay. Pumpkin. Perfect. So let's try this out. That's very interesting, actually. So something is not working yet. So let's think what exactly is not functioning. What I do like though is the thing that currently we still are I wonder why it's waiting for the carrots. I really wonder. I have an idea that this wow true isn't as efficient. So what we do need though is some trees. But before we get to trees, I want to test something out. If, let's say, I want to have it, the horizontal area should be 3. This should be 12. And start will be at, let's say, 0, 0. Then my question is, can I here do the following? Can I try and do it like, for example, size 9? And I will start at 0.3. Will it work? That's my question. Apparently no, because first of all I need this, thank you. And of course I need 3, 0 and not 0, 3. So 3 here should be 0. Perfect. And now let's try it out. What does a bit confuse me is that if I spawn the thing here, it doesn't collect the things. Maybe I can do it like this, just to try it out, right? Just to try it all out. What I need is I need to check some real quick. But yeah, this does look a bit strange. But I guess that's a very nice improvement from the last implementation. And we will continue doing it even better next time. So this is indeed a good idea to stop. And next time our goal will be to optimize the usage of multiple drones. With that being said, I want to say thank you a lot for being here, and we will see us next time. Take care and have a good day.